For years, I was terrified of being alone. Not because I didn't enjoy my own company, not because I didn't have things to do, but because being alone made me feel lonely. And loneliness, that was unbearable. So I did what a lot of us do. I filled my life with distractions. I stayed busy with work, sports, new goals, and more new goals. And I surrounded myself with people. I jumped from one dating app to the other, looking for someone, well, anyone, to fill the silence. Because deep down, I believed something was missing. But here's the thing, being alone and feeling lonely are not the same thing. And the moment I understood that, well, everything changed. And in today's video, I want to talk about the real difference between solitude and loneliness, why some of us feel lonely even when we're with people, and how learning to be alone helped me break the cycle of unhealthy attachments so I could finally experience real, meaningful connections. Because once you stop fearing being alone, you become unstoppable. Let's dive in. So there was a time in my life when I would do anything to avoid being alone. I kept myself busy, distracted, always around people, because when I wasn't, that creeping feeling of emptiness would come back. And I thought the solution was simple. Find more people, chasing more goals, staying social, keep dating, but no matter how many people were around me, I still felt lonely. And that's when I realized loneliness isn't about being alone, because I've also had moments where I was physically alone, but felt completely at peace. So what's the difference? Most of us think loneliness is about not having enough people in our lives, but that's not the truth. Loneliness isn't about what's happening outside of you, it's about what's happening inside. I felt lonely while sitting in a room full of people. I felt lonely while texting someone I was dating. I felt lonely while pretending everything was fine. Because loneliness isn't about being physically alone. It's about feeling disconnected from yourself, from others, and from the deeper emotional connection you actually crave. And for a long time, I was filling my life with distractions, thinking they would fix that disconnection, but they never really did. Because you can't fill an internal void with external solution. And when you try, you end up attaching to the wrong things. Here's what I finally had to face. I wasn't afraid of being alone, I was afraid of what would come up when I had no distractions. I was afraid of sitting with my emotions. I was afraid of facing the parts of me that felt unworthy of love. I was afraid that if I stopped running, I would have to deal with the truth. And when I finally stopped, when I let myself sit in my own presence without reaching for my phone, a person, or a distraction, I realized something huge. I had been abandoning myself all along. I had been looking for connection outside of me when what I really needed was to reconnect with myself. So if you feel like being alone makes you uncomfortable, I want to ask you this. What part of yourself are you avoiding? Loneliness isn't just about not having people. It's often a sign that there's something inside you that you're trying to escape. Are you using external distractions to avoid internal work? Do you constantly stay busy, always looking for validation or entertainment just to avoid sitting with your thoughts? What would happen if you embraced solitude instead of fearing it? Because here's the truth, solitude is powerful. It's the space where you get to meet yourself, heal yourself, and build your self-trust. When you learn to be at peace in your own presence, you stop attaching to people out of fear. You start choosing connections that are genuine, not just convenient. You stop mistaking loneliness for love, and you finally feel whole on your own. And I used to think that if I was alone, something was missing. But now I know being alone isn't a problem. Feeling disconnected from yourself is. And once you heal that, you won't need to chase connections. You won't attach to people just to fill the silence. You'll choose love from a place of wholeness, not emptiness. And this is why I started this channel, because I know what it's like to feel disconnected from yourself, to be searching for something outside that you were meant to find inside. And I also know what it's like to finally heal and step into real, fulfilling connection. So if this message resonates with you, subscribe, because this is just the beginning. And don't forget to join the waiting list for the brand new community that I'm gonna launch very soon, and you can be the first one to get a notification. It's called Elevate, the community for conscious gay men that are interested in self-improvement, self-love, and finding themselves basically. So if you're interested, join the waiting list. The link is in the description below this video. Bye bye!